Intense debate. Judges of the
coordinator. I just simply want to say that because I've been part of this debate process from the beginning, I really want to commend both teams. It was a tremendous effort. I know that the journey at times was difficult, but you stayed the course and you made it to this point, and I look forward to being part of this process in the future. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. I want to say congratulations to the both teams. You all were. What was clear to me is a lot of research and effort went into preparing for today, and in the end, for me, I can only speak for you, the difference between the two teams was it came down to execution, who were better at delivering their points within the time frame, not just because it's 5 minutes, you need to rush down what you're saying, because there were some speakers that spoke so eloquently and so succinct in the 5 minutes.
The remandees that you have covered ground, you have gone through your basics, your intermediate, etc. And I feel that it is time now perhaps for the teams, the top teams, to advance their skills and advance their execution. And to do that, you will need to begin sort of embracing some higher level skills. One of those is that there is a difference between arguing a point and being argumentative. And that is a nuanced difference in critical thinking, and I feel that is something I have seen in all of the debates that I have attended, and I saw it to some extent here again. You'd want to avoid the loudness, the shouting, as passionate as you are about a point. Sober execution and sober delivery of the point really does get you further along towards persuasiveness rather than shouting, being aggressive, and sometimes, not today, but in previous debates I have seen a tendency even to bully a little bit. So some of those higher level skills are the difference between what it means to compose an argument and argue a point versus being argumentative. Those are not the same things. MSP, I noticed a strategy on your part today which I thought was impressive, and I wanted to just point out to you that I did notice it, that in your opening you came bam, 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 bam 7 times. You hit them with like about 7 arguments, clear and concisely in your opening presentation, so that when the rebuttal and counter argument time came, your opponents were already on the back foot having to deal with these fulsome 7 points that you had presented. So I wanted to recognize you for that strategy. I think greater precision of expression will assist with exactly what Michael mentioned. You have limited time, you have lots of research, lots of information. It is better to let your audience hear 3 points properly made rather than to let them struggle to understand 5 and 6 points that you are fast and rapid fire presenting in the time allotted. So greater precision in terms of the arguments that you choose to prioritize, and a greater precision of language will help you as well in keeping your arguments in the time allotted without having to rush it down. And to follow up on Michael's point, Mr. Khan, I also noticed that sort of sparring that went on between you and the Port of Spain prison representative. My little bit of advice on that would just be to, you don't win points by interruptions alone, and I see that a lot in the cross-examination. And we want to sort of pay attention to that you ask a question and give people a fair enough and a polite enough opportunity to respond before you begin those interruptions. And it will be very difficult to not recognize the level of research from the Port of Spain team. Obviously, Ms. Muller, who worked with you, I think, did an excellent job. And in fact, she did, in a sense, perhaps too good a job, because I think you were flushed with information, which takes me to my very last point, about how you take ownership of information. Out of all of the information that you know and that is in front of you, you have then to get to a place where you own that information, so you process and represent it in a way that is clear, that is concise, and not just going by rote. And in that regard, let me recognize Mr. Aaron Garcia. I think by far, Mr. Garcia, your work and your presentation combined data, ownership of data, your passion, your humor, and precision of language and presentation. So congratulations to you, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Sheila. Sheila is very well poised to make all the technical points, and it is my pleasure to make the more general points. And I would like you all to mark this day, gentlemen, in your diary, Wednesday, 13th November 2019. You have made history. So please give yourself a huge round of applause. In Woodford Square, with great confidence, in a crowd that could be intimidating, and you stood up there strong and proud and very, very well researched. So congratulations. So I want to say, to me, that you are all winners. I am so impressed by the very, very high standard of debate this evening, I mean. I personally think that research is one thing, and when I was in Port of Spain prison the last time, Debbie Jacob made the point to me that because you didn't have access to social media, that you guys read a lot. And so you have one up than most of the population of Trinidad and Tobago, because while people are tweeting and reading very small bits of information, you are actually going into the archives and studying. So give yourselves a huge round of applause. You're all scholars. The third point I want to make, I think that, as Sheila was saying, it is fairly easy for people to take lots of facts and regurgitate, but I think two of you in particular took your facts, internalized it, and made them into very touching personal stories, for and against. And you made us think very deeply. So you took a very general point and you personalized it. And I think that for that, to be able to come out, tell your story, and use it as an example for other people, takes a lot of courage, and we all thank you for that. Your delivery was passionate, and I think that and that is amazing to me, but I think that one of my final points is that we are not here as judges, because in any religion you can't say that anybody has not sinned. But I think we're all here as witness to see that there's redemption in every life. And you have all been given the blessing of redemption with your amazing team at the prisons, with Debbie Jacob, with everybody who coached you and everybody who supported you. And when we see your redemption, we feel that in our lives, whatever mistakes we have made, that we can also feel that there's hope. So thank you. Today you gave us hope. And very finally, you know, I know that all of us get very angry from time to time when we're dealing in situations where we're angry, we feel that there's injustice. And I think one of the first things that we do in this society, because we've seen so much of it, is that we go from 1 to 100 right away, we lash out. And what Debbie has shown you, I think, is that actually you can have differences with other people without being abusive and without being violent, and actually having a really intellectual debate of the mind that can bring you all closer. Because ultimately what you have showed us today, and what we all know, that at the end of the day, as humans, we all feel pain and we all want redemption. So I want to thank you for all the lessons that I've taken away today, and that we've all taken away today. Congratulations, gentlemen.
So ladies, just stand so that you can be acknowledged. 10th position, 359.5 points, Ronnie John. We have a tie in 9th position with 393 points, Daryl Wade and Cornelius Laborde. 7th position, 406 points, net for Felix. In 6th position, 415 points, Ishmael Khan. In 5th position, 416.5 points, Kester Benjamin. In 4th position, 421 points, Prem Badri. In 3rd position, 437.5 points, Anil Ramlogan. In 2nd position, with 438 points, Ryan Ramuta. And the top debater today, Aaron Garcia. And he had a total of 452.5 points. Now,